Okay, picture this. Someone does you dirty. They steal your stuff, they talk behind your back, they hit your situationship up at 2 a.m. What do? You call someone. The cops, a lawyer, your group chat, HR. There's a whole system whose entire job is to pull up when somebody acts up. Now delete all of that. For like 300,000 years, none of it existed. No cops, no courts, no HR, no judge to slide your case to. If somebody wronged you in the Stone Age, there was no number to call. The ops were just Greg from 3 caves over. So what stopped the biggest, strongest guy in the tribe from simply taking everything? What happened to people who lied, stole, snitched, or caught a body? Plot twist, it was not the lawless free-for-all you're imagining. It was somehow more unhinged than that. And by the end of this, you're going to find out the reason you want revenge so bad is basically a factory setting. Buckle up. So when we think caveman times, we think pure chaos. Big strong guy runs everything, takes what he wants, might makes right. Full villain arc, no rules. Right? Yeah. Anthropologists studied the tribes that still kinda live the OG human lifestyle, and they found the exact opposite. And honestly, it humbled them. These groups were not lawless. They were low-key stricter than us. There was this researcher, Christopher Boehm, certified hater of bullies, who spent literal decades comparing dozens of these societies, and he clocked something. In a normal monkey troop, the big alpha takes the best food, the best mates, bosses everyone around, terminal main character syndrome. Humans looked at that and went, ew, no. Boehm called it a reverse dominance hierarchy. Translation, instead of one guy bullying the group, the whole group teamed up to bully any guy who tried to act too big. The alpha wasn't the boss. The alpha was the op. In Boehm's actual words, barely paraphrasing, being arrogant was literally a crime. You could get in trouble for having too much aura. So how do you punish someone with no jail and no cops? You reach for the single deadliest weapon humans have ever invented: talking behind people's backs. Step 1 was gossip. Around the fire, real quiet, the whole tribe ran the daily debrief. Who's lazy, who's taking too much, who's acting brand new. This was not random tea. This was the original group chat, and whatever they decided about you ran your entire reputation the next morning. And yeah, they also knew exactly which 2 hunting partners were definitely more than hunting partners. The tribe always knew. Subtweeting, except it's ugh whispering, "Did you see how much meat Throck took?" by the fire. Step 2, if you didn't fall in line, ridicule. And this part is 100% real. There's a famous story from an anthropologist named Richard Lee who lived with the Jew/Hawansi in the Kalahari. Same crew from the What Did Ancient Humans Do at Night video. Shout out. So a hunter drags back this huge fat animal, expecting massive glaze, expecting to be told he ate and left no crumbs. Instead, the whole tribe goes, "This meat? It's mid. It's scrawny. Barely worth the walk, bro." And he's supposed to just agree and laugh and act humble. Lee was so confused until a guy straight up explained it to him. When a young man kills a lot of meat, he starts thinking he's a chief and that the rest of us are his servants, so we refuse to gas him up. This way, we cool his heart and keep him gentle. They were hitting this man with "Stay humble, king," to keep his ego in check. The original, "We do not glaze in this household." Step 3. If you still didn't get the hint, the silent treatment. Nobody shares with you, nobody talks to you, you're an NPC now. And in a world where you literally cannot survive solo, getting left on red by an entire civilization wasn't a vibe. It was a slow-motion death. The final form was banishment, which was basically getting canceled, except instead of losing brand deals, you lose the whole group and walk alone into a forest full of things that view you as a snack. But what about the guys gossip and shame couldn't fix? The ones who kept hurting people, kept taking by force, kept catching bodies. This is where Boehm found something genuinely dark, and I need you to appreciate the pettiness of the solution. When one dude got dangerous enough, repeat offender, full final boss energy, These chill little egalitarian tribes would hold a vote and decide, as a group, that bro had to go. Capital punishment by committee. And here's the galaxy brain part. Killing a dangerous guy created a new problem. His family might want revenge, and then it's beef forever. So how'd they dodge it? 2 moves. Move 1. Everybody throws the stone at the exact same time, so nobody knows who actually did it. The original, it wasn't me, it was the group chat. Move 2, and the more common one, they made the guy's own cousin do it. His brother, his blood. Because if your own family is the one who ends you, who's left to get revenge on? Nobody. The beef cancels itself. A society with 0 laws figured out the pettiest, most big-brain conflict resolution in human history. Make it an inside job so it physically cannot escalate. Stone Age people were not playing with you. Because here's the real danger when there's no system. Punishment gets personal. You kill someone in my family, no state pulls up, I do. Then your family pulls up on mine, and it does not stop. This is the blood feud, and for most of history it was the #1 thing destroying communities from the inside. Not rival tribes, just 2 families locked in the longest, pettiest beef imaginable, sometimes for actual generations. This feud was so old your mama remembers when it started. Her mama remembers. The beef was older than the feud's own great-great-grandkids. Every revenge killing felt 100% justified to whoever did it, and the whole village would just slowly delete itself, one, nah, he started it at a time. So humans needed an off-ramp, a way to end the beef before everyone died. And what they cooked up is the literal ancestor of every law you live under today. Off-ramp number 1. The wild idea that you could just pay for a life. Instead of blood for blood, the guy's family hands over the bag, cattle, goods, silver, to the family they wronged. In old Germanic law, they called it Wergild, the man price. Every single person had a price tag. It was, no cap, the original Venmo request. You owe my family 6 cows for my cousin. Off-ramp number 2, a neutral third party. This anthropologist E. Evans Pritchard described, among the Nuer of South Sudan, a guy called the Leopard-Skin chief. When someone killed somebody, the killer would sprint to this dude, who'd give him sanctuary, and then go negotiate a cattle payment between the 2 families. The insane part? The Leopard-Skin chief had 0 power. Couldn't arrest anyone, couldn't force anyone to do anything. His only authority was vibes and a genuinely sick leopard skin fit. People listened to him purely because they were desperate for the beef to end, and he had the aura to broker it. This man stopped wars with no army and no badge, just drip and riz. Hall of Fame behavior, honestly. And then, like 4,000 years ago, humans pulled the ultimate move. They wrote the rules down. And the oldest law code we have ever dug up is not Hammurabi's. Everyone thinks it is, it's not. It's the Code of Ur-Nammu from Sumer, around 2100 BCE, 3 whole centuries earlier. And it's a plot twist, because we assume ancient law equals brutal, eye for an eye, medieval-level violence. But Ur-Nammu was the chill one. You poke a man's eye out, you don't lose your eye, you pay him 1/2 mina of silver. Knock out a tooth, 2 shekels. The entire system was, just pay the man and we move on, bro. And then, 300 years later, comes the law everybody's actually heard of. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Yeah, that line, the one you've heard your whole life, made famous by Hammurabi, king of Babylon around 1750 BCE, the guy who conquered most of Mesopotamia and crowned himself final boss of the whole region. He flexed by carving 282 laws onto a giant black stone pillar taller than a grown man, which, fun fact, still exists. It's chilling in the Louvre in Paris right now. And his big move? He pulls up 3 centuries after chill little Ur-Nammu, looks at "just pay the guy some silver, bro," and goes, "Nah, you take an eye, you lose an eye." Bro saw the gentle law that already existed and made it worse. Villain origin story for reals. So the truly ancient instinct was never endless revenge. And plot twist, an eye for an eye was actually a limit. It meant you can take one eye, that's it. You don't get to wipe out his whole bloodline over it. The oldest written laws on Earth weren't invented to authorize revenge. They were invented to make everybody chill out. So, what did ancient humans do when someone wronged them? They gossiped. They ratioed you by the fire. They mocked the cocky back down to earth. They left you on red, exiled you, and when things got real, they made your own cousin handle it. Then, over thousands of years, they built the off-ramps, the Venmo for a life, the Leopard-Skin mediator, the written rules that turned into every court and contract you know today. But here's the part that should make you go, we are not okay as a species. That whole system, cops, courts, law, is brand new. The instinct under it is ancient. In 2004, a team of neuroscientists led by Ernst Fair stuck people in a brain scanner and let them punish someone who'd cheated them. The second they dropped the punishment, the reward center of the brain, the dorsal striatum, lit up like it just got rizzed up. Same region that fires when you eat or win money. Punishing a cheater literally feels good. Your brain hands you a little treat for serving justice. That circuit did not evolve in a courtroom. It evolved around a fire in a tiny group with no law except each other, in a world where letting one bully slide could get everybody killed. So next time someone does you dirty and you feel that little spark of, nah, they need to catch these hands. That's not you being toxic, bestie. That's 300,000 years of firmware running in the background. You were coded to want the ratio. We didn't invent justice. We inherited it. Anyway, like and subscribe, or Greg from 3 Caves Over wins.